go ahead and make an opening statement, and then we'll open up the questions this side and this side.
Well, you know, just a great environment. You know, when Simon Scott Assembly Hall is on fire, it's just really hard to put weight on that. Our guys gave them something to cheer about though today. They played hard, played very together, played against obviously not only a well-coached team but an excellent team that has a chance to, you know, obviously we think has all the pieces of a deep run and march. And those guys are going to find their way back. This league is just too impossible to go through and not have some, you know, some ups and downs. But for our guys, I thought we got our head out of the mud after Wednesday. We were fortunate to win Wednesday, but we got our attitude, we got our heads together, and guys were ready to go today. We had probably as good of a defensive game as we've played overall. If you look at the numbers, we did some really good things there. I mean, I thought they made threes in the first half and we missed free throws. It's a big difference. Obviously, the free throw line is so important to us, and we didn't take care of business making them, or our offense would have been a lot more efficient. But it's tough to score on Ohio State. They have one of the best defenses in the country. We knew it was going to be very difficult to score. But I thought it always comes down at the end of the day, to play and beat the best, you got to have guard play. And I thought today we had very good guard play. Rob Finney got us going. He was good on both ends of the floor. And then Devontae Green was really good as well. So you had two guys in the backcourt play today the right way, made guys better. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's how you're going to have to do it by committee. And, you know, really proud of our guys in a big-time environment to get it done. And like I told them, you're on to the next one, which is going to be just as hard, if not harder. And obviously we haven't been very good on the road, so we're going to have to try and get ourselves in gear and ready to go. It's a long, long grind.
First question on this side.
You talked about the defense being a lot better today. What specifically did you like the most? You know, why do you think you guys were this good at this?
You know, our ball pressure and our guys up after the ball, all five guys worked extremely hard on the ball. But for a minute there, I thought the positioning, where we're supposed to be, our tightness, our principles were intact a little bit. Bigs did a great job for the most part in the game, really impacting the ball the best that they could. I thought our guards did a decent job. But when you play against Ohio State, it comes down to one thing: you get manhandled. I mean, you get manhandled when you play them. You got to deal with Big Caleb, who's, I mean, just a load in there. Can you get away with playing him one-on-one and not giving him threes? And I thought our big guys hung in pretty tough. Really disappointed for the most part in our guys being able to rebound clean balls. We weren't very good on the glass today, which is something that we've been good at. We've been preaching and pleading with our perimeter guys to rebound and help. You know, we ended up getting 7 by Rob, 3 by, you know, Al. Devontae ends up getting 4, and Armand, who didn't play as many minutes, obviously wasn't involved, but we're trying to get 12 plus by these guards to find a way to help out and get cleaner rebounds, and you're able to get 15, 14. That's a big number for us. But we were able to hang in there, and I thought the free throw line, obviously, you know, we did a good job getting there. If you make some more, maybe make it a little easier, but you know, we'll take it any way you can get it. That was a really hard game. It was a great venue to play in today with our crowd. Our fans were amazing.
Devontae had kind of a rough outing against Northwestern. You know, what kind of conversations did you have with him, and why was he such a different player today coming in, do you think?
I thought he got recommitted to doing things the right way every day. You know, it's not about game day. We just talked about it the other day. You can't practice soft and play hard. You can't practice soft and play hard. And I thought, you know, for a competitive guy, for a guy who has a lot of pride in being a good player, I thought he'd taken a notch down on his daily approach to how competitive he is, and you know, his game in general, just playing more freely, but also having a real concerted effort to be unselfish and pass and get guys going. And that was the conversation. He did a really good job yesterday in practice. He did a really good job today. And then we just wake up tomorrow, hopefully we're going to see him do a good job tomorrow. And it's what it is. Because I tell you, when he plays well, we're a different team.
You've talked a lot the last couple of days of games about just getting more on-ball pressure from the guards and such, and it seemed like it just helped spur a lot of just the defensive effort throughout everybody. It made it harder to get the ball into Caleb and all that too. Was the total package kind of what you wanted out of the defense today?
Yeah, I think so. Finney, big deal. Rob Finney being in the game and being ready to go and looking like he did today, that's a big deal for us. I think we were 14 out of 14 Big Ten teams coming into this 5th Big Ten games and forcing turnovers and steals. We've never had a defense like that. And you can attribute it to, you're playing bigger guys, if you got big guys. Always comes down to your guard setting the tone, and Rob sets the tone for us. And he had 4 steals today. We had 11 steals and 4 blocks, 15 deflections on the stat sheet. It's a great number. It's an active defense. So without question, without looking at the game film, could we probably done some things better, but our guys just played hard, and that was good to see.
A couple big early threes is important from anybody, but to have it come from Rob, is that an extra boost to the whole team to see that right off the bat? And what can you tell us about is he going to have to battle through this abdominal thing for a while?
You ruined the question. First part of the question was he definitely gave us a shot in the arm to start the game. Perimeter firepower, perimeter shooting is something that obviously hasn't been consistent. And we knew in the post it was going to maybe be crowded floor, if you're going to get a double. Those guys got to be ready on those inside outs because our bigs will kick it out. Rob, to start the game, I thought took a big air out of the building for our team to make those shots. I have no idea what happened to him. He wasn't comfortable at the end of the game. I'm not real sure. Hopefully he's okay.
31 bench points today compared to 5 against Northwestern. I know Devontae was kind of part of that, but your thoughts on maybe some of the other contributors as well and getting a little more after the Northwestern game?
Everybody who played in this game did a good job. Obviously, Devontae coming off the bench changes things for us. I personally feel like it doesn't matter if you start the game. I know publicly and privately and individually that stuff goes a long way, but as a coach, I look for finishers. And when he comes in the game, it's a little different feeling coming off the bench, having, in my opinion, a guy that can maybe be your most dynamic player. So that's a big deal for us. As we've searched for a punch off the bench or rotation, one thing we've missed is coming to the game having a guy be aggressive. So that helped. But I will tell you that Race Thompson made good plays in this game. I will tell you that Duran played key minutes in this game. Armand, although didn't play as many minutes, it's going to happen to a young guy. He's got to be ready next game to play a lot of minutes, whatever it may be. But Jerome Hunter played the best game of his college career, and he gave the best minutes all season long at that wing position I think that we've had. That was able to give Justin a break, move Justin alongside with 2 bigs with foul trouble. Jerome impacted the game in a real positive way, in particular defensively. But he's big, he's physical, he's going to get more confident, get more rhythm. The guys really have to teach himself how to play basketball again. But I thought his minutes were good. But everybody who played the game had a positive impact, for the most part. And it's just a good team win. You're not going to beat a team like that without a lot of guys contributing.
Kind of playing off of that a little bit, Wednesday night you suggested the possibility you might shorten the rotation. Is that something you communicated to these guys, and do you think this was kind of a response to that, hey, if you don't step up, you could lose your time? Do you think you guys responded to that challenge?
I told the team after Northwestern, I'll play 5 guys the whole game. It's just got to be the right 5. Strength in numbers and all the stuff that we tried to in the body all season, at some point in time, productivity, attitude, commitment, effort, all those things can't be in question when you're in a game. And I thought we had great workouts afterwards. And I thought guys were dialed in and ready. Denise Anderson is sick. He's been sick since the Northwestern game, during and after. He wasn't available tonight, so we put it at 10. We played all 10. And I feel like if Denise comes back, he'll play too. But without question, guys that are playing well and playing hard, they're going to stay in. And if you want to get in the game, when you come in, get it done. And sometimes you're getting it done isn't shooting. Sometimes you're getting it done is like Jerome did today. Played really hard. He gave us great minutes, but we felt confident with him out. And hopefully it spearheads what we're doing, because we have a chance, I think, we're at our best and we're maxing out our stuff. I think this team has a chance to be a really good team, especially as we continue to improve defensively. And as the season goes, you keep working through your offensive kinks. You make some free throws today against a really good defensive team. In the 70s, I don't know how many times Ohio State's given up 70 this season. We missed 16 foul shots. And some of our best shooters are at the foul line. So, like, offensively, 11 turnovers and being able to be that efficient. We did some good things today, so I'm happy for our team, though, man. Sometimes, maybe in this league, it just becomes such a slugfest. You need a jolt of energy. We got a good jolt of energy. Now you got to have some humility and figure a way out to go on the road and compete against Rutgers, I think, Wednesday. And find a way to beat. I mean, it's going to be 50 times harder than it was. And each game that goes by is going to be 50 times harder than that one. We just got to keep raising our level of intensity, and we got to stay with it. And I think this team has a chance. You know, we got a great group, and I'm happy for them to be able to win today. But we got to keep progressing.
You moved Rob into the starting lineup today, and he made those 3 threes pretty quickly. Did you encourage him to look for his shot more, or did it just develop for him? And how critical is he to this team reaching its potential offensively?
I told him last night, go in there and do what you do. Stop worrying about everything. I think he's trying to get his rhythm back. You know, over the course of the season, he hasn't had it. I looked at Wednesday night as an opportunity to bring some toughness to the floor defensively, which we need. That more than anything, especially at home, getting off to a good start at home and being able to defend and get stops in his first, not giving the team confidence. I felt like that's what Rob was going to do. But I also told him, you know, you got to be ready to roll, man. You know, do what you do, play your best. And he went out and played a great game. Rob's a good shooter. Rob's also got thinks a lot. You know, so the only guys that be thinking out there. That first one that went in, I thought, oof, big stress of confidence for us. But if you envision our team, you hope that you're at your best, you see Rob Tennessee like he was today. And not he's going to be like that every game. When you think about Indiana and you think Rob Tennessee, today is what you think about. A great effort defensively, a point guard with the ball was doing it, he's making hard plays, you know, big shots. That's what he's about. So, you know, hopefully this is something that he can continue to be consistent with, because he's a key deal in the Big Ten.
You talked about Jerome building confidence and the fact that he hasn't had a lot of reps. It feels like he's still trying to find himself out there in some ways. Have you seen him become more comfortable recently? And is that something you've talked to him about, just kind of sticking with things? Always talking to him about sticking with things, like all of our guys. But Jerome's such a... he loves basketball. He's a very competitive guy. He's a team guy. And he's a true freshman, whether he wants to admit it or not. He didn't take one rep in practice last year. So as you watch him out there, everyone's like, all right, we got Jerome. Well, Jerome didn't play or practice for a whole year. You know, and then when you come off the bench and you're trying to figure out how I impact the team, in his mind, it's offense. And you've got to get younger players and guys that are new to the game to understand that, like, you impact the game so much more defensively as a young guy, because when you screw up on defense, you come out. You don't have that rope. Today, he was playing hard. He was ready. He was competing. As he plays more minutes, my hope would be that you see the guy that was at the foul line making shots becomes a little bit more comfortable from the three. But he's physical, and he gives us another guy in there that, as he gets some more confidence, you know, he's going to be a good player for us. You know, he doesn't understand why he's got a tight rope, but he's got to understand, like, stay out of the way on offense and make sure you're guarding your butt off. The longer you play, then your offense will start to get a little bit easier for you. But he was a big difference maker for us in this game just by playing the 18, 19 minutes, because we had foul trouble with inside. Justin didn't move around. Maybe Justin needed a blow, wasn't playing well. He held serve on defense more than he did on offense, but he made some good plays for us. So I think the one thing about Jerome is hopefully it's a confidence booster for him on, you know, I'm out there. It feels good to be out there. I don't have to shoot it. You know, I catch it. It's not a big deal to have to take and score baskets. It's good to win and to play. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, our sources tell us when it comes to chewing gum, you're a fan of Arctic Grape and Black Cherry. Can you tell us which one you went with today? What was the decision-making process? And will you go with that gum exclusively for the rest of the season?
It is the most fantastic gum that's ever been made. They have all these flavors, and they're in this plastic thing you can open up and just dump in your mouth. The Black Cherry was my go-to for a long time, but grape was the flavor of the day here today. I think I had grape the last time that we had played well at home, where I felt we played well. So I went with grape, and I stuck with it. And without question, grape is now the go-to to move forward. I if you like gum.
Got it?
Anything you want.
That's a good question, right?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I hate following that, Archie. Joey Brunk on Caleb Wesson. How was that? How'd you like what he did today?
I thought he played hard, and for the first time that we've ever played Ohio State, we were able to hold serve one-on-one. He has mauled us for 2 years. Their team has mauled us for 2 years. Really, in general, from the physicality standpoint, being able to run offense or score, rebound. But he is such a physical presence that, like, if you have to bring everything in the kitchen sink to Adam, you let those other guys shoot. Our deal today was obviously we want to try to help and get crowds, but hey, man, you're going to have to play really hard and give them some different looks. You're on your own. And I thought Joey battled. I thought he played really, really hard. Caleb's tough now because he can shoot too. And like now he's putting you in high ball screens. It's a hard game for any big guy to guard. And I thought that Joey did a great job. I thought Deron had his moments when he was in there. Trace and Grace were also hanging. This is the first time in general, as I say that, as I look at his line, he goes for 11 and 10 in a Big Ten road game with 3 offensive rebounds, and misses a couple free throws. But when you're dealing with him, man, you're on an island at times because there are other players are spaced and they do such a good job. It's not like you can just take one guy and put him in the middle of the paint to help. But for the first time that we've ever played him, we had good post defense that was able to hang in for the most part.
One basket in the paint. Thanks, guys. See you all in New Jersey.